Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Friday, January 9th, 2026. Welcome, everybody. We're going to look at SPX, the pathway that we've kind of laid out came into fruition, and we just have one more check mark to complete the setup that I think is happening right now. And so let's check those out. We're going to look at SPX, NDX. Let's look at SOX, IBIT, MJ, and VIX. Okay, so let's jump into it. And maybe we'll look at Netflix. I don't want to waste your time. Nothing's happened, so it's still there. Maybe we'll come back to that. I have not taken another trade on it. Okay, here's SPX on the daily time frame. We have this bear flag forming. Well, can't really call it a bear flag because it made a new high, right? So we have our bearish rising wedge forming here. This is the pathway. It's not necessarily the exact target, but you see the pathways there. We completed a new high. That's exactly what we talked about. We're getting to the trend up top there. So I'm going to take that line away, and the only one I got left is this one. All right, so you have this nice big green candle and going into Friday, and I think we'll look for some sort of reversal type candle, whether it's an inside harami or some sort of doji. Whatever the case is, we'll be on the lookout Monday for reversal going into turnaround Tuesday. All right, and don't forget, earnings are starting on Tuesday morning with JPM, and we'll go from there. Okay. So we're doing this intraday, almost 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. It's 99 cents. Come join us in the Discord. It comes with it. The cheddar flow data. We're really mapping out dark pools, and that's what led us into a little bit more confidence that we'd have this update today, because after hours last night, I printed in the Discord all kinds of dark pool prints. Okay, so I put those exactly on the individual names, so we knew which ones were holding up and which ones were possibly bullish because of those prints. Okay, and we had a couple good trades off them. All right, so let's start looking through. We know the trend's up. We know the moving averages are up. McClellan oscillator. All right, so Brett, that's starting to get a little bit better. Maybe we tag up here. Maybe we get that overbought situation, but then we'd still have the negative divergence, which is very, very common. Look up, I do have a video on ending diagonals, but look up something, on AI or something like that about ending diagonals and get that description there, okay? They're made up of 3 waves apiece, and you can count this multiple ways. I won't spend too much time on this, but essentially 1, 2, and you could say A, B, C for 3 right here, or that 3 can be here, and you get the 4, and then an A, B, C for 5. It doesn't really matter. The whole point is that you see the divergences each time that happens. All right, here's your divergence from peak to peak to peak. So that leads me to think this is wave 1. Wave 3, and you see we had a new high here off of here for wave 5. All right, so 3 peak, and now we're getting that so we had the negative divergence, and we're just about to get that sell signal. We're underneath. We're at the 79. We want to see that roll over, and then confirmation when we get a red histogram here is not there yet, but we'll see if and when that happens. All right, we are in the zone. Okay, for members, you know what that zone is, but we're in the zone. Do we tag 7,000? I don't know. We'll see, but we're in the sell zone. So we added on some puts today, a little bit shorter dated than the last swings that I did at the other peak. Okay, now Demark should be getting close here. So I do these videos each and every day, so make sure you hit that notification bell. We saw that we had 11 count here. That one's underneath the 2 bars here, so we continue with this 13 count. We have a 12, and so Monday we'll get that 13 exhaustion. That's what we talked about going into an exhaustion, going into a turnaround Tuesday. Sounds like a good setup to me. 913. Let's go to SPY. Here's our money flow index. And here, once again, a new high with price and a lower high with the money flow. You kind of see that trend going there. Negative divergence. That's distribution. All right, almost to our sell signal. So do we get, a tag up a little bit higher on Monday and then get the sell off of there? It's possible that Bollinger Band's just about at a sell setup. Here's our oscillator. We have wave 3 into wave 5, 3 into 5. Boom. Okay, let's go to VIX. Here's the VIX. Now this looks much better than what we were looking at yesterday. I talked about this being just so linear. It was really confusing. Either we were just gonna nest and just rampage to the upside, or we'd break down and get this structure. All right, we got this structure. It's a beautiful thing. Now, once we find a low, which likely is coming down to support in this 14 area, it's very possible going into Monday and Tuesday, then we can see a low here and we start heading higher. Now, I do have a minor bracket here, low that starts on 114. So the ideal low is the 14th. And so that is, what do we have? 10th, 11th, 12th. So Wednesday would be the ideal low. Monday would be the window for this gap. And actually today would be that window for 3 to 4 plus or minus trading days on each side of it. But I like that number 3. So Monday would be that nice window open here for a VIX low. I think we'll get that with some sort of doji, maybe a tag of this 14. Doesn't have to get there. We're at a certain support right now, pretty minor support. We'll see how the candle ends. But you got that hangman candle and then the reversal. And so I want to see some traction start happening, get a higher low. And you could say a left shoulder, right shoulder, and you can get this neckline over here as well. But perfect. The cycle's coming together, looking good. Let's do IBIT. Let's do Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin still same situation, has been in this bear flag forever. I'll start to extend it. Holding on to the lows. This still looks like it could be incomplete, where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, an ending diagonal for a C wave that could get up to this 382 and into this 100% of A to C. So looks like a good zone. If that's the case, then MicroStrategies, they should, the peripherals on there should do pretty well for maybe one last move up here. But if we break directly down, I'm not trading this at the time. The moving averages are the 50s right there. So might be setting up a 1-2 at this point. Start heading lower. All right, again, no trade on that. MJ, such a disappointment today with the Tilray. Fantastic earnings. By the way, the dividend's back here. If you haven't noticed, we're carving out a bottom. Had the breakout. Now we're back testing, so that everything's still in shape. But it would have been nice to have a nice follow through going on. But I don't blame this for happening because the market is heading higher. So as the market tops, you're going to see cannabis bottom. What's next? We talked about, let's go to NDX and then SOX. So NDX, you can look at this a couple different ways, but here's how we're looking at it. I think this is the ideal situation where we do make a new high and the Qs will have to drag, hopefully with NVIDIA just a little bit higher, can drag, make a brand new high. I don't know if they'll make it all the way up to here, but we do have this gap. We got the gap at just about 26,000. And so if we did get up there, you know, obviously this can be drawn with the wicks instead of the bodies. So this is just a placeholder. I do expect this to reverse somewhere at, in, or closing of the gap, which so close, so close. And this would represent the same thing that's happening, but it's a bear flag. The same thing that's happening in SPX as well. You see how the shape is the same. It's just that it's not making a new high. Therefore, bearish rising wedge, aka bear flag. Sucks. All right, here's the SOX cash indice. I was playing around with some lines there. We're looking at basically the same thing. It looks like we might want to get a new high there. You have a trend line. I believe it was this one we're looking at. High peak to peak there. All right, so you have that wick that's peaking there. You had the drop off from here right back at there. I don't know if they'll do a lower high or spike up here and get a new divergent high as well. So that would be, in this situation, you'd see a divergence in the near term when we already have some forming on the slow stochastic. We're getting tight price action, so you could see that this is kind of triangulating, and we're getting the sell off of this too. So, you know, the conditions are there. We just need to see the reversal happen, and then we want to see confirmation with a red histogram down. And you see we have negative divergence all through here. All right, and let's go to SPY on the 65. Now here's our wave count that we've been keeping track of, somewhere around here. And those are the dark pools. And the dark pools, they're fantastic. So it had one print down here, ended up being bullish because price got above it. So it works kind of like the support and resistance on a traditional low. You're looking at it optically. With the dark pools, you know, those are actual buyers or sellers. And so these are actual prices that are not necessarily zoned so much unless you get multiple prints, obviously. But got above it, held on to it, okay, rejected off it right here, but gapped over. All right, and I make them thicker if they're bigger prints, like $10 billion as opposed to maybe 1 or 2 billion. Now, that's a lot less for individual names, but okay. And so you see how they work. Made it up to the other dark pool, held this dark pool. Beautiful thing. And so, yes, I'll give you these on the public video, but come join us in the Discord. Join if you want to be a $4.99 member. I have all these dark pools. I print them after hours. A lot of after hour printing happens, and I put those on there. And like I said, in the Discord, I labeled all of them for today, and they all of them except Apple panned out. Apple ended up being negative, which we do have a wave count all set with Apple. So I did a individual video for members. Okay, so here again, I think this is the last wave here. We're up into the 162% retracement, fib retracement from way back when. That was the 2022 correction, and so your first major one was here, and then we're up to the next major one that we had unfinished business. We talked about that. We you know, it just came shy, and now we finished that business there. Okay, and now here's your wave count: 1, expanded flat for 2, 3, 4, ABC for 5. And you see it's a zigzag. You see the 1, 2 in here, 3, wave 4, and we're completing wave 5. This is getting really, really close to being done here. All right, and so when you look on SPY, you had the dividend, and so things got skewed, and you see that the wedge, we have the throwovers there, and on SPX, it's literally perfect. And we're getting up to SPX wedge top. So that's why I like to do the cash indices personally, but then we have to translate it to, buyers and sellers because the levels are different. Okay, so again, held on to that dark pool today and took off. It's fantastic trading. What else? Let's go to our traditional look here. Let's since we did make these new highs, let's check out our indicators and see where they lie. So you get the negative divergence here to here, each peak. All right, and we had these as placeholders a few days ago or so because we suspected, didn't know, nobody knows, we suspected that we'd get these new highs. And so now here's your 3 peak right there. And here we're back up. We cycled all the way through. Okay, and when we came down here, we had this, we talked about the momentum being to the upside in the slow stochastic. And now it's starting to curl. I suspect that Monday, this type of action will either get to the sell or, get close to it until Tuesday. All right, and here's your 3 peak right here in momentum. And again, the red histogram, we want to see that confirmation. Okay. All right, Demark. Getting close. All right, we had our 9 count here, and that was the exact high. Had a sell off from there. We're at a 7 count right now. Couple hours left there. Going into next week, it could go just a little bit higher. It doesn't always peak at the 9. That's a 13.9 right there. Went a little bit higher and then fell. This 9 count sell exhaustion didn't have the perfect low. Went just a little bit lower and up there. It's a great setup. Obviously. Once the 9 hits, you don't say, okay, 0 dated. You can, but it's a little bit more risky, right? Risk reward. So we're getting close to a setup there. Money flow. It is not flowing. It's flowing out. That's where it's going. So you have a distribution here. Bollinger Band. You have the setup. You have the sell signal. You have the sell setup right here, right now. And the 65. There's your Elliott oscillator peak. So that's wave 3 to wave 5. But this is also the A to C as well. All right, boom. We're getting really, really close, you guys. All right, so let's finish off with the VIX. And we talked about, again, the VIX being in this channel. And it just didn't seem, something's wrong. It's very choppy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Did we explode to the upside? I didn't really think so. Now we can have a structure here where we got a high, and now we can get a higher low. And now this makes much more sense. Do we close this one more gap? Maybe we close this into Monday, and then we'll look for a move off of that. At this point, we're getting super, super close. Do I think we make it down to these? The market's really got to be pausing or heading higher, much higher, for this to happen. At sometimes like here, I believe not a whole lot of movement in the market happened, but the VIX just dropped because the market wasn't going anywhere. That's can't say that's not going to happen, but I think the most likely situation is that on Monday we close this gap. The Qs make that new high, and then we are off to the races. And that's it. You guys, thanks for joining us here at OptionsTender. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check us out in the Discord. Check out the trade alerts. Check out all these traders that are in there. We're a fabulous family. We'll see you soon.